sort of something logical.
That's better than we can expect. Welcome to Endoscopy Essentials. Next episode is with Roberta Maselli from Italy. A very warm welcome, Roberta.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here with you, Thomas.
We are very curious to learn, who is Roberta Maselli? You're an ESD superstar. People watching you with open eyes in live demonstrations. You tackle with small vessels and everything. How did it start? When did the desire to get into medicine, when did it reach you?
So it's a nice story because I entered in medicine just following one of my good friends that was doing medicine. It was at the second year and I said, oh, why not? But then when I entered, I remember that a friend of my sister told me that when I was really a child, maybe 8 years old, I was telling all the time that my aim in life was to become a doctor, and I forgot it.
You couldn't remember?
No. So it's like a chain. So I came back from the initial aim of my life. The other option, let's say, were psychology or maths.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not the best in maths because I've done human things at the high school, but at that time maths was a sort of something logical, always with the same outcomes. Mm-hmm. That is not completely true, but in my mind was like this, but at the same time something that can embrace the infinity. But this is a different story.
Something seemingly objective.
Yep. So I entered in medicine to become a psychiatrist.
And you were just following a friend. I mean, so you didn't have this mission and God appeared to you and told you, I select you.
No, my aim was to help people. And still in my life, one of the aims is to help people. So then I said, I want to help in any way possible, with a smile. You know me, I try to smile in every single situation, even the worst one.
Ones? Different smiles though, maybe. But,
or with a drug, or nowadays with a procedure. Mm-hmm. But there's no difference. So I used to say that all of us, we are under the same sky. And life is complex.
That's right. But how much psychology do you need in your daily business? I mean, sometimes we are like endoscopy robots, which is working. But then you have to go to a patient and give him a good message, or maybe a bad one.
Exactly, and this is crucial, and it's difficult to do if you're only thinking and scoping. And we are doctors finally, and we have a mission. And although I forgot it, I had this mission since my childhood.
Where are you from in Italy?
I'm from Rome. I was born there. And I've done all my studies in Rome. And then basically I moved to Milan to have my chance to do something great. My aim in life usually are very high, and it's better to have the highest possible than to reach a little bit down than what you were expecting at the beginning.
You have this in medicine, step up and step down approach.
So I must tell you that when I started to do endoscopy, and this is really the truth, my aim was to become the most important, most known female endoscopist in Italy. And this was the aim from the beginning. I don't know. I hope so. Sure. One of the most known, let's say.
Oh, there's a higher aim, I'm sure, even to come. So when you studied in Rome?
Yeah, I studied in Rome, and I entered in general surgery. So I was trained as a general surgeon. Fortunately, it was my fortune, basically, because the Italian system is quite difficult. And at the time, to enter in the specialty was depending on the director of the specialty, basically. It was not a real course and examination you had to do. At that time, I would like to do the was the abdominal surgery and endoscopy. But
open surgery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But plus endoscopy.
Uh-huh.
But that specialty was closed for me. You must be the right person in the right moment, and I was not. But I had the chance to enter in general surgery. That was 6 years course, and this was my fortune, because my chief of specialty, we had to do some staging every year. For example, vascular surgery or abdominal surgery, and then whatever type of surgery. But I felt that I was not so interested in open surgery. And at that time, I started scoping because the surgeons were scoping in my department, and I fell in love with endoscopy. It was my passion. So I clearly and honestly spoke with my chief saying, see, let's do one thing.
I fell in love with somebody
But let's do
else,
one
yeah.
thing. I won't go on this small staging every year. It means that I will stay here, working hard, and constantly you have my presence over time. So I won't go in and out as all the other residents, but then I will come to you, and I will collect all these months together, and I will go wherever I want. And he said, okay, let's do this agreement.
So you're a good deal maker.
Yeah. When I know what I want, I go straight. I go straight.
On the other hand, in Rome, there are some famous endoscopists who are surgeons by training, right?
I know.
Like
Yeah, a lot of people.
And when I was young, the ESGE president or general secretary, I think, was Alberto Montori, who also, I think, was trained as a surgeon, and so it had some tradition.
There's a long history of general surgeon scoping in Italy, I know. Mainly Rome.
How was Rome at that time when you were a student?
But I was not part of these big groups of endoscopies. So let's say that I didn't know anything about the real advanced procedure that they were doing. I only have the basic endoscopy that I was studying.
Which at that time was mostly ERCP, right?
Yeah, it's true.
There were the years of ERCP, and the luminal stuff was kind of underdeveloped. Huh?
Yeah. But the story is even nicer, because one day one of the company came to me, and it was still a resident, saying that they had a chance to send somebody, and in this case, if I wanted, it was me, to go to a course in Milan. And I said, yeah, why not? Let's go and let's have this type of congress, and let's see what's around endoscopy. And the course was an image course led by Alessandro Repici.
One of the first ones?
Yeah. I was a resident the first time that I entered in Humanitas. And I felt in love with Arui Rinoue. I really felt in love. And I said, this will be my master and my mentor.
Haru Inoue, who is a surgeon as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
And at that time, I think it was 2009. So simply, I found his email address on internet. I wrote an email saying, I'm Roberta Maselli. I felt in love with what you've done in this course. I would like to attend your unit for 6 months. Give me a chance. And he replied immediately, say, you're welcome.
In Japan?
Yeah.
So you went to Japan?
Yeah. I went to Japan for 6 months. And then we extend my internship for another 6 months. For the first one, I was just observing, because the regulation doesn't allow you to even touch the scope. But then after 6 months, we apply for the medical license for Japan, just authorizing license for other 6 months. So I was really able to stay in the operating room with him, and he teach me the poem.
No.
Yeah.
In Japan?
In Japan.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
I hear this for the first time, that any Westerner intruded the system and put his hands or her hands on the scope.
I was exactly for 1 entire year, and it was my fortune. And then at the time, Stefan Sivel, that I consider my second mentor, at the end of my training there in Japan, he came to spend some time with Aru. And at the time it was my last month, so I was doing poem a little bit more because I was given to leave. And Stefan told me, but you are good. Are you able to do ERCP? And I said, no. So I was performing poem, and I was not able to insert a PG. Just to let you understand the level. And I said, no, unfortunately, not because I was following an endoscopist that doesn't do any ERCP, so I don't know anything about ERCP. I said, okay, if you have more time to spend abroad, I will send you in a good place to, I will try to suggest you a good place to learn in a very short time. So to make it very simple, after Japan, 1 month after, I was in India, in Mumbai, for 7 months with Amit Maido, my third mentor.
I could have guessed Stefan and Nip had a relationship with Maideo, yes.
Yeah. So, and believe me, that stay 1 year and adjust to the Japanese lifestyle and then move to India, it was shocking. It was like somebody was slapping me saying, come on, wake up. You're in a different world. But it was wonderful again. And after 6 months, Amit told me, you're ready. I said, come on, 6 months is nothing. You're ready. You can do whatever. And you know that at that time, Amit was starting with poem. So I was exactly, again, the right person in the right moment.
So you were introducing poem at his center?
Not introducing, no, he was studying, but I was there
Yeah.
supporting, let's say. I was the youngest one, but you know, having in the room somebody who saw the master doing that type of procedure makes you in a more relaxing way. And so after that, I texted Stefan and I said, Stefan, come on, now I've done. I've done 1 year in Japan, 6 months in, 7 months in India. Now, what's next step? Because I know that after all this period, that after my specialty, I was without any job and I need a job. So
in Milano?
Whatever.
I mean, did you keep any links or
No.
Did you were just there for the course?
Yeah, just for the course.
And
didn't have the chance to.
There was Inu in Japan and Milano went away.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, understand.
So Stefan told me, now you're ready to think about to be introduced to one of the master of endoscopy in Italy or maybe in Europe. I said, come on. What should I have done more than this? Now you're ready to think, to be introduced, come on. But anyway, again, it was my fortune because all of these mentors, they introduced me to Ale. And Ale is the biggest things that I had in my life. So it's my fourth and main mentor because I think that in life you need somebody who opened the door for you because you must be the right person again in the right moment because you can be the best in that field, but if there's no space for you, you won't be inside the project, inside the department, inside whatever. And Dale gave me this chance.
But you also brought a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, being trained by two of the external masters, Poem and ERCP, that's something you brought to the department?
Yeah. But mainly I think that I brought, and I hope, my passion and my love of being with others and create something great. I remember the first interview that I've done with Ale, he asked me, say something bad about you. Something that I don't know. And I said, okay, honestly, I arrive late in the morning at work because I love sleeping. I'm sorry, I'm always late. He said, this is a big problem. I said, I know, but I'm honest, I'm telling you. And the second point is like, I love to be on the wave and to do all the time, not all the times, but to change and to do something more, to get involved in new things. Otherwise, I get bored. And I tell you that when I get bored, I quit.
Which is also a brave introduction, right? And saying, hey, here I am. This is my flag.
It's like here with you, here I am.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. I'm not perfect. I used to say that perfection does not exist.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know that in India, because I was visiting a bit during the weekend, there's a very nice temple. I don't remember the name. It's so difficult. But where inside you have more than 100 columns, and just one of them, and it's difficult to find it because the temple is small and you only have columns. All of them, they are different one by the other. There's only one that is not exactly straight but a little bit pendant, because the meaning is that perfection does not exist.
Well, I mean, 99% is pretty much an endoscopy, isn't it? If just one column is not straight, that's better than we can expect. Going back again, were there any medical persons in your family?
No, at all. I'm the first
you were
one.
The first one.
I'm the first, only one right now.
But they probably were very proud because the doctor still has a great reputation.
They exactly don't understand what I do.
They probably still think you are a surgeon, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not a surgeon. Because I said, you should be a surgeon, but you are not operating. You are not opening the people. But at the same time, you are not a gastroenterologist. What are you? And it's difficult for them to understand. I used to say that I'm a gastrointestinal endoscopist, but for people that are not involved in medicine, it's very difficult to understand.
Right. Because endoscopy, if they know anything, it's just looking.
Yeah.
But that you're doing surgery and don't cut into a person is something which is maybe not so familiar at the public.
But I hope that I reached my aim. One of my aim was to combine surgery and diagnostic endoscopist to really the surgical endoscopy or endoscopic surgery, whatever it means.
Which was very much in the trend and has been all the time. But then coming to Milan, you, at least as we know you internationally, what happened to the ERCP?
It happens that you must focus on one thing to become excellent.
Yeah.
And I chose the endoluminal surgery. Let's call it this way. Basically because being, as a background, a surgeon, I love blood. I really love blood. And I think...
We'll have another podcast on that.
And I think that women we are used to see blood in our life more than men. Yeah. So it's impossible to understand in my mind how...
I've never thought about that.
Yeah, every month for 30 years at least in our life, we have blood and it's normal. It's not scaring. We don't fall down if we see blood.
There was a recent paper that women are the better surgeons.
Yeah, maybe for this reason.
Maybe for this reason. Now I understand. Thanks for telling me. So, and also we have to say that there's much more innovation in the luminal surgery area.
Yeah. Yeah, nowadays also in the HPB, because with this therapeutic US, that one is moving fast.
But it's not a huge field. It's kind of salvage and complementing and... I think in the luminal field we are expanding indications.
Yeah, I don't know.
The pancreatobiliary is as it is.
Yeah, it's true. But then when you reach the peritoneum or the mediastinum, it's done the same. I mean, the layers are that one.
Yeah. But 10 years ago,
it was impossible to think about.
Run out of the room and called for the surgeon. So,
yeah, it's completely true.
For yourself.
It's completely true.
How long have you been at Humanitas with Ale
10 years.
10 years?
Almost 10 years, yeah, because I joined them in 2015 and I left 2025 now. Yeah, 9 years and a half.
Tell us. Probably most know, but not far away.
No, exactly. Still in Milan and still part of the same group. That is Humanitas Group and Humanitas University, but it's another hospital of the group that is called the San Pio X in the center of Milan. So we are like the cuisine, the citizen cuisine in the city.
Pio X is Pope Pius
was a pope. Pope is like Pius X, yes.
A very long time ago, or?
Oh, I don't know.
Must we know it? We don't know.
No, I don't know.
So we will check and put it into the show notes.
I don't know.
A lot of famous names we have heard, but don't really know. Okay, and that's what? That's an inner city hospital?
Yes.
Because Rozzano is a little bit at the periphery of Milano?
Yeah, and this is a hospital that stayed there for years before Humanitas, and then it has been bought by Humanitas Group because they were mainly focused on gender pathologies and also for delivery of men. That is not done in the main hospital, but also there's a gastro and endoscopic unit, and they want to improve that part. And I've been chosen for this reason, to grow up in that field.
So you're doing more general gastroenterology now, or still very focused on endoscopy?
Both.
Both.
But it's just 1 month, so give me time to adjust and ask me again in 6 months.
I'm asking about plans, nothing else. So you will keep your focus because
Yeah.
what's the next
It's
thing?
my
then?
life.
Yeah, yeah. So the future might mean less live demos somewhere else, less ESD, or you don't know.
I don't know.
Any visions?
Uh,
Medical care in 10 years? Will we?
You know, I'm focusing on leadership because I feel and I know that I'm young and I don't know how to handle this group and how to build a real strong team that is going in the same direction with a goal. So I studied a lot in the last year because I knew from 1 year that I would have to move in 2025. But study on books is different from living. At least you have the background.
How big is the team?
We are 7 people.
7 people.
Yeah.
That's a good size because if it's too big, with 7 people you get to know them. I don't doubt.
And they are wonderful.
I don't doubt that you're a very good leader. You're so passionate and
I'll do my best.
people will follow you.
Yeah, I would like the type of team when, of course, there will be crisis because it's just when people are together and you're doing even playing a game, you can have a conflict. But when it's respectful and everybody can add something to other people, I would like to have this type of team when in the morning you wake up, although late, but I'm trying to fix also this one.
As a boss? Interesting. So
No.
maybe the whole department starts at 9?
No.
No?
We already started with our internal meetings at 7:30 in the 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to fix this point in my life. I already fixed it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I would like every people, part of my team, being joyful coming at work.
Okay. There's one thing at the end of this wonderful conversation which is now, common knowledge. You are also very active in women in endoscopy, and looking at what you described, you were extremely determined. Does that have anything to do with women, or is it more personal, or what was were there more stepping stones in your career because you were a woman, or you were just marching through? So in essence, if some young endoscopists come to you and say, what can I do? I wanna be the best female endoscopist in Northern Europe or whatever, or endoscopist.
Yeah, it's difficult because when I started some years ago, there were very few women in this field, at least known. That is something different because there's a lot of women working, but on daily basis, not on the stage, not giving lectures, and not giving live endoscopy. And this is the other fact that is very important in our field to me, the live endoscopy, because we really need to understand not only seeing the screen, but also the reaction of the body and how we are handling the scope. The only one was Evelyn Decker at the time, and Janine Van Hoft was starting. So let's say that these two, they were my two role models. But both of them, they were coming from North Europe, where culturally we are different. Everywhere in the world, North and South is different. And really in the south of Italy, in the south of Europe, Italy, France, Spain, there were nobody known as a female endoscopist. At that time, I was not thinking about it. I was so, as you were mentioning, my determination was so strong that was not a big deal. Although I had a feeling that there's no women.
Strange, only men.
Strange.
But,
It's because they don't want to, because it's possible, that when you have something so strong as a child, your priority change. Or because they stopped their career because of a child, and when they came back at work, all the other in training that they were men, they surpassed them. Because
which is
they stopped.
A structural problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Or because they didn't have the chance and nobody gave them the chances. So there's a lot of factors, and I said, at least for what I can do, advices, meetings, suggestions, I would like to be a role model for the young one, saying, come on, Roberta done it. She's not special.
Yeah.
I have these senses similar to yours, a little bit smaller than yours, but nothing different. And this is what I used to say in my unit to the fellows. If I do it, you can do it. Do it. Just try to mimic what I'm doing because I was mimicking the movements of somebody else.
Yeah, who by coincidence or by natural
Yeah.
in Japan was a man, but
Yeah.
not many differences. So that's your. I mean, it has to do. It's always a selection.
It's a
And
natural selection.
if the group becomes bigger and there are more women and more women and women, eventually there will be more advancing. Which main obstacles are there for the next 5 years? What do you think for women in medicine or women in endoscopy?
One of the things, I don't know if it's true, but it's just a feeling, you know, that there's this concept of the glass ceiling, that by cultural changes, we are part of this change. More women will come in medicine and then in gastroenterology and then in endo. So for sure, there will be more female than male. But at the same time, because the one who usually gives chances and open the door, as I used to say, is the chief for the one in a very high position. Nowadays, all these places, not all, but mostly these places are for men. And this is still one of...
At least in surgery, interventional endoscopy,
a
not
little
so much in
obstacle.
gynecology and other...
No, but that one is a female field, where female
anesthesiology,
would like to have...
okay.
Yeah, all the things when you are not on the stage, you are not the first operator, but you are in a, let's say, in the backstage.
The service position.
Full of female. But when you are the one who can save the life, even patients, they are expecting to be a man. And this is another point. And this is the reason why I'm talking about cultural change. It will become step by step. Still sometimes I am the Miss Maselli for the patient.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Europe is ahead if you look to other areas in the world. No comments, but...
yeah, there's also women in surgery. Exactly the same.
Good. Roberta, that was very inspiring. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll meet again for other things like blood in the rectum, ESD. next
Okay.
time. Thank you.
Let's do it. Thank you.